Well, that was news I was not expecting to be greeted with this morning. It's just after 7 on Valentine's Day 2022, and I happened to go looking on a friend's Facebook book update, and, someone goes and says, "Rest in peace, Ivan Reitman." I'm like, oh no. No, 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 no. Please do not let this be true. I go looking on YouTube, and there it was. From Ghostbusters Jason was paying tribute to Ivan Reitman. From what little has been released is that Ivan went peacefully in his sleep, so the man wouldn't have felt anything. So that's good on that part at the very least, but having, when a family member has to say goodbye to another, it's never a good thing. And at 75, some will make the argument that any age is too young. Whether in Jason's case he's having to say goodbye to his father, or in some cases it's the reverse, where a parent has to say goodbye to their child. So I suppose from a philosophical standpoint, it kind of depends where you sit subjectively with that. I never met the man, and sadly I never will now, at least not in this lifetime. But from those that knew him, say that he was warm, funny, giving, and he just has this infectious smile about him. He smiles, you smile with him. It's not just the first two Ghostbuster movies that he directed. He was also responsible for Bill Murray's Meatballs. He was responsible for Kindergarten Cop. Everyone loves the line, "Put that cookie down, shut up." Only Ivan Reitman would be able to make an Arnold Schwarzenegger situation like that credible and funny, because I love Arnie, don't get me wrong, but he's a total ham. In a good way. I was glad that Ivan came back to do the third Ghostbusters movie with his son Jason, where... Now, this is why I like what Jason did with Ghostbusters 3 Afterlife, is that he took a lot of elements that his father had used from the movies he directed, but he put his own spin on it. And I like that. And like I say, it felt like, a passing of the torch. And, there are so many generations of children, teenagers, young adults, and, adults that probably saw the first Ghostbusters when they were in their 30s. And Ghostbusters is like Thunderbirds, Doctor Who. It's a generational franchise, because so many people can watch this and they can get something out of it. Because if you look at McKenna Grace, for example, who plays Phoebe Spengler in Afterlife, she had been a massive fan of Ghostbusters since she was 8, and quite a few years at Halloween she would dress up as Dr. Venkman. So, Ivan has been responsible for bringing a lot of joy to people for Ghostbusters for nearly 40 years. And that says something. Doesn't matter if, you were a kid when you first saw Ghostbusters in the mid-80s, when you were introduced to it in the 90s, or when you got it as one of your first DVDs in the early 2000s, or, you discovered Ghostbusters because of the video game. You go play the video game, it's like, well, this is kind of cool. Then you go to watch the first 2 movies, like, oh, this is awesome. We all have Ivan to thank for that. He made all of our childhoods just that little bit nicer. he brought joy to people, probably at times when they needed it that little bit more, or they just brought joy. For some people that were just having regular normal lives, and they made those lives just that little bit more enjoyable. So my condolences and best wishes go out to the Reitman family, to other family members, friends, and production crew and affiliates of Ivan Reitman. All I can say is I'm sorry for your loss, and that he will forever be admired, respected, and adored, and never be forgotten. I don't know. I don't know if you'll ever hear this, Ivan, but thank you so much for giving us Ghostbusters and many other wonderful works that you gave to us throughout your career and throughout your life. Thank you so much. Rest in peace. You are forever cherished and forever missed. Rest in peace, sir.